Welcome back to the beach in Gdańsk, EBUCC 2025. We're back in the open division. Crisis Club, the Irish outfit, just put a point on the board to open things up, taking on KFK from Copenhagen, Denmark. I'm Stefan Rapazzo alongside Alex Atkins. Kins, welcome to the beach here in Poland. How you doing?
It's a beautiful beach. I'm happy to be here. It's a wonderful beach. I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Steph, for the invite.
Well, we're happy to have you in the booth, and we'll get all kinds of insights from the man from Philly doing a lot of his playtime in Colorado. But for now, it's KFK, one of the Graham brothers there, kicking things off. Borison, and big bid to keep that one alive. That's Silkeborg. He goes back. Borison. Backhand to Graham. Graham leads back corner, and we got two clean holds to kick things off. Anders Silkeborg on the goal reception.
Yeah, that was a nice catch there. I didn't even see what number that was, but some smooth offense from KFK to get things going.
Yeah, they are kicking things off here. Kins, what are you doing here? You're, I think I know the story, but let's let our viewers know what are you doing here in Gdańsk?
I'm competing, playing with Deep Dish, Triple D, win the mixed division.
Yeah, how's playtime going for you? How's the game time going for you?
They're not playing me at all. You know, they made me sit out the first game. No, I'm just kidding. We had a good game. Good game against a team. It went well for us. We crushed them. So.
Okay, great. On the board, and you've got a European tour. I know you were in.
I might go in the water.
You were in Belgium last week. It might be not quite with the pull, not the most perfect pull of the day yet. Belgium last week, Poland this week, London next week.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
We're happy to be getting you a
lot of exposure to European Ultimate.
Yeah, you're getting every bit of it.
Yeah, I've been in about 50 spirit circles already, more than I've been in the past decade.
How do you like the spirit circles?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh,
real come together of the minds.
All right, Dean McCreary winds up, goes around. Corcoran up line to Kyo. Rory Kyo waits for McCreary, gives him a little chip back. And to Corcoran, far sideline. Inside throw, that's Webster. And then Kyo goes around and does hit there. That one Costello, and we got clean holds all around thus far.
Yeah, I like that. This is the first game on the beach that I've watched where teams are able to complete passes consecutively and get it in the goal. This is good. Some good Frisbee here we got in Gdańsk.
Yeah, indeed. These two teams are good. I'm trying to check their seedings coming into this. So we got the 4 seed and the 10 seed. KFK, the 4 seed. And Crisis Club probably getting a good seed because of the roster, but I've not seen them as a team before, the Crisis Club. It might be a new team. It might be a formed for this tournament kind of team. Maybe we'll get some insights from some of the fellas. A staple club in Ireland, I'm told, but
we'll see about that.
Those are through the lying teeth of Dean McCreary. So take it with a grain of salt. He's getting Kin's getting some fans up in the booth already. Love to see it. So KFK coming out of their end zone. A couple passes in Callahan country, but they do get it out. Tobias Graham leads to brother Bastian Graham. Graham brothers, keep your eye on them. Very, very dangerous fellas. Silkeborg to Bastian Graham. And then leads again. Graham on the chase and is going to get that. Nice layout and nice score. Clean hold still.
That's Silkeborg, you said? He's churning downfield.
No, that's Graham, sorry.
That's Graham with the catch.
Silkeborg on the throw.
Silkeborg on the Graham was churning downfield. He's getting those. This sand is hard to run on. It's like deep and pretty thick. I don't know if people watching can tell at home, but it is. You got to really get your legs moving and pick them up pretty high to start running. And especially a bigger guy like that, you're sinking into that sand. So he was moving well.
Love it. Love getting the insights. That's why we love having guest commentators in that have just been off the sand. telling us what's really going on out there, kids.
Well, I see some of the highlights of these players jumping on the beach, and I'm like, no way they're jumping on this beach. I want to see some like real beach high jumpers and see if they could get up on this sand.
Yeah, you think it's got some absorption that takes a bunch out of it?
I would love to see someone jump on it.
Okay, Rory Kyo to Costello. Costello. That's a high stall count, but finds Corcoran. And Corcoran gets the around. Kyo, the defense, tried to take a bite, but Kyo with another goal and another hold.
They thought about spiking it on him. They didn't. Love you. Europe, what a great country, you know, so friendly.
What a great continent. But I like what you're saying.
And it's funny because he's got the Wilmington jersey on.
North
Wilmington
Carolina.
known for being a little spicy themselves.
All right.
And actually, that was two American jerseys connecting there. We got the
Truck
truck jersey and then to a Wilmington jersey. So have there even been any turnovers yet?
No, turnover-free game.
I love that.
Yeah, this is as tidy as, like, not just holds, just clean holds.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful, ultimate.
We got one person in the chat. What's up, Robin? Irish team have a German flag on the stream. Well, Robin, there's actually like 50 flags blowing in the background, so.
Maybe the scoreboard, but if it was, it's fixed now. I don't know.
Oh, I see.
Maybe that's what they're talking
scoreboard.
about. But we've got it all sorted out. We did come off.
Yeah, Riley said it's fixed now.
Yeah, we came off the last game with about 30-second turnaround. So if we didn't get it from the start, we will get it. Tobias Graham goes to center and right back to Graham from Silliborg. And now Bastian Graham. That one to Bertison. And Silliborg back to Bertison. Tobias Graham. High stall count, the scream from Graham, which it was in Danish, but I could imagine it was something like do something. And now Bastian Graham, the Graham brothers hook up there. Another clean hold, Kins.
And it's looking good. I noticed like what's working well here is, especially like we were talking about on the sand, you don't want to be stuck in a position where you have to change direction. You just want to make these like long driving cuts where you can like gain speed. Because once you get to a standstill, it takes a lot of energy to get going. And it's really tough to juke people because they don't really have to commit on too much. So you just want to start running. And I think they're doing a good job of just making like some really long cuts and also trusting their receivers. Like just one step and they're just throwing it. Looks good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who's going to give something here. I love when these games get going with clean holds all the way through. Eventually, something's got to give. I could, if this game goes to the end with clean holds, wow, that's one for the books as well.
Well, now you know there's going to be a turnover at this point now. I can't believe you said something. It's unbelievable. After all this experience you have, that you would even say something.
I like to play with it too, Kins, though. I like to, make it happen where I can. Not Bonet, but that's Corcoran leading to Costello. Costello looks for the around now. Kyo brings him to the corner. And beautiful. Ooh, it's a beautiful cut, but the throw imperfect. And I did it, Kins. I did it.
Oh, good. Add a little excitement. Let's see what the D-line has to offer here on offense.
First turn of the game. And a first break chance that comes with it. Of course, all of you recognize Alex Atkins from his playing days, but I'm sure you guys are all subscribers of Pod Practice as well. And if you're not, now's the time to get onto that and do well. Maybe not
like
right
and
now.
Subscribe
after this game. After the game, go get onto that YouTube channel and give a like and subscribe over there. Pop, pass, and around as KFK try and materialize. Rouge at the heart of it. Now the big throw comes up. Bricks underneath, but two defenders converge. That's Kyo and McCreary. We got a call down there. Thoughts?
I mean, I have many thoughts. I thought it was a good D. I really like the way, you know his name in the Wilmington jersey?
Yeah, Rory Kyo.
Yeah, he's playing very well. I like the way he's churning. He's working hard. I thought that looked like a good D.
I thought so too, especially on the replay. He definitely gets disc first. And if he got any part of him, it was a small part of him. Oh, that looks. Each time I
Look,
see it, it looks
retracted.
cleaner.
Beautiful
Good.
game we play, you know. Height of the moment, you make a call, and then you take it back.
Yeah, gotta love that. With cool head, Kyo on the gets it with the left hand, then goes to Corcoran. McCreary gives the up line, bid on it. He does
The
a
boys
little
are really playing in the sand here.
somersault over.
Oh, yeah. Bodies are hitting the floor.
Corcoran to Kyo. Far sideline now. Costello meters away. Costello takes the bigger round. McCreary has to increase the pace and then fires a dart to the corner. Goal there for the Irish.
Yeah, that was a huge D. Huge D to get possession back. And then they were able to save it. He went for the give-go. Started to look away. The throw went up anyway, but he had the presence of mind to turn back and catch it. It was a nice catch.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. We get some. The chat's going off now. I like great retraction.
The chat's keeping us honest.
Yeah, it is.
Keeping us on the score. Keeping us.
Are we? Am I ready for the under 24s at London invite? Riley Gurry, you must be on one of those under 24 teams. I've done nothing but smack talk them, saying that they are going to get ragdolled around by the entire division. I stand by it, but come prove it wrong.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be tough for them playing against all the adults, but I wouldn't be surprised if they.
Yeah,
you,
I mean
you never
they're
know.
gonna be they're gonna have the most practice. Their biggest tournament 1 week later. They've been gearing up for this for a year, but boy, are they gonna have their hands full. Deep shot and another turn, and so the turns are coming a little bit more frequent now. 2 on this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the legs are probably getting tired. Like, it is a grind running on this beach. It's really tough. And the deep shots are super difficult because they're just not, you're not moving very fast. If we had a speedometer on these people, there's not a lot of variance going up and down on it.
A very soft sand. It's not necessarily like a fine sand either. Like it's got some density about it.
It's nice because it doesn't hurt at all to run on, and for laying out it feels great. It's just that it takes a lot of energy.
Big shot. Sam Murphy has space. The defense coming and does enough. Smurf wondered the strip, but no, he's happy to accept that the defense took it away clean enough.
Yeah, he went in a little casual. Looked like he thought he had it for sure, and maybe just maybe a little too casual. Probably should have went a little bit more aggressive, but awesome defense. Like, he didn't give up on that play. He finished that out.
So Graham to Graham. That's Bastian to Tobias, and again to Bastian. And fires deep. The Graham brothers try and connect again, and it's going to work. Beautiful throw by Bastian Graham. Every time I see these guys, I'm impressed.
Yeah, they're legit. They have a good connection, too. It makes sense. Assuming they probably have done to each other a bunch in their life.
Yeah, I would say so.
Probably a safe bet.
It is indeed a safe bet. They play together on every team. This is not their primary team, and I'm trying to have it come to me what their primary team is, and it'll get there. It may be KFK, but I know that at Rising High last year, they were playing with their local club. There's a V in there somewhere. Viksfjord is what I believe it is.
Well, the wind's starting to pick up here a little bit. We'll see if they're able to complete these passes. But they look unfazed.
Kyo on the reception. And he goes back to McCreary and straight back to Kyo in the backfield. Looks at the around and then gets a cut through the middle. Costello leads. Corcoran chases on, and the Irish respond.
Yeah, the Irish is looking good. Kyo really doing a lot of churning in the middle of the field. They're tough to guard. He's working. Those legs are working on the sand.
Are they ever? You got here yesterday, Kins. Did you get a chance to see? You've been here for a little while. Have you had a chance to see Gdańsk?
No, I spent some time in Sopot, in a little northwest of here, kind of like in between the two major cities.
Okay.
It was really nice.
What drove you to go there? Was it recommended? Did you kind of just throw a dart at the map? How did you get to Sopot?
I got off the train a station later than I wanted to, and I was like, I'm just going to stay here for a couple days.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
What'd you take in there? You get some nice meals? You get in the sea?
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to just eat Polish food for the most part, or at least like especially a couple big meals. It's been really good. The people are really nice too. Very, very kind, welcoming people.
Awesome. Love to see it. Love to hear about it. Bastian Graham, as dangerous as he's been from the corner now. Ooh, Hendrik Young with the bid, but the throw too high. And Jones will pick up.
Yeah, and this is big because it's the first short field turnover we've seen.
Jones goes to the inside. Brunswick back to Jones. Lead, Brunswick, the poach leaves Liam Grant open. And him and the glorious orange mustache cash in a break goal, and that's 6-4 now for the Crisis Club.
Their O-line looks smooth. When KFK had their opportunity, they kind of struggled. They had that good deep shot, but there was the great D by Kyoe. Their D-line looked pretty nice there and comfortable and relaxed, but it was big that they got it on the short field.
Here's another look. You see that poach coming off right there. And Liam Grant almost ran back to the only other defender, but beautiful around throw by Brunswick. And Liam is as good in that end zone as he is on the mic. Gets a goal. He's still got it out there. I might let him play CFC again.
Lucas is cheered on the lads from home, I bet. Good on you, Lucas. Supporting your fellow lads out there.
Go on, the lads. Fredriksund Ultimate Club. That's where the Graham brothers are from. So Viksfjord, I was wrong. I was making things up. But I knew there was another club that they do some local play. But they do their rep play for club season with KFK. That is for sure. Graham leading throw. Syllabog and over to Tobias Graham. Floaty, but they get away with it. And throw for goal. Graham leaves his feet, but the throw sails out the back.
He's covered in sand now, which I just love. He might have to go take a dunk after this point. Just get some of that off. That's why I think the short hair is really meta for this beach competitions.
Yeah,
you don't want anything that can get in the way.
You've got it worked out then, Kins.
Yeah.
The recently trimmed. McCreary gets a nice gainer. And I love that deep cut, but a good move on the mark from Tobias Graham to take away the huck because there was
Steph,
separation.
You're calling that a good move? Did he foul them?
Well, that's what they're talking about. It looks good. It looked good at first, but maybe
I think
it was a bit too good because he bumped into him.
No, I think that's a good play. You don't want to give up the huck. In basketball, it'd be a good foul.
But the defender is calling the foul on.
Oh, the defender's calling a foul.
On Kyo, by the sounds of things.
Oh, that's really?
Not too sure. We're getting some insight from Sam Murphy that he may believe that.
Nah, I'd be surprised.
Kyo gets it, gives it right away. McCreary. Costello is alone, but he's got to go over Graham. But I think the throw will, but it gets a bit too much over. Sails out the sideline. Zap, Graham to Graham, and to Graham again. Now they let people with different last names play. And Gada fires deep. Tobias Graham is there. And that is a goal, a hold for KFK. They're still down 1.
Yeah, it was a big conversion. They needed that. They didn't want to give up 2 in a row there.
We're moving at quite a pace here. 11 goals scored in 19 minutes now. I mean, the first 9 were holds. I mean, the first 6 were clean holds and only, double turnovers after that, like 1 apiece. So it's been a tidy enough game thus far.
Jack saying Rory's acting school coming in clutch. I mean, you're just an entertainer at the end of the day, That's really what you are. So
when the crowd win the trophy.
Yeah. I think acting skills are huge in sports. You really want to sell whatever so that people are buying. And the discussion continues here on the sideline.
Yeah, and Tag Bogan is shame all the usual Irish chat merchants are on the pitch. It's very true. McCreary and Keogh and Jones and Grant, those guys are very, very regular in the chat. So now it's the turn of all else to chat back.
So you guys got to keep it up in their absence.
Smurf, another one, regular in the chats. Jones fires. Runswick in. Yeah, he was. Was it straddle? Liam Grant is the most certain about it. He has a pretty good perspective. And it is given.
I love how much faith is always given to the random spectator in the crowd. Like, if the player's on the field, like, I don't know, but if there's a random spectator in the crowd that says it's good or not, like, we always are going with that person.
Assumed impartial. Assumed impartial.
Assumed impartial,
and
focused,
competent.
and, like, on all the things. Like, it's like an unwritten rule in Ultimate. Like, if you go against the sideline, or not the sideline, the spectators, you're playing with fire.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That is halftime with our 0-minute halftime here. We're going to cook right on here. Well, it does look like there may have been a timeout with the half. We do have time, so we will take a short break here. We'll be back with second half action from EBUCC.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it! 7-5 Crisis over KFK. Officially, this would be an upset in seed, but looking at the roster, maybe not a big upset to me. Kins, nice first half here. What do you like out there?
I think the offenses look really good. I think Crisis's D-line was a little more capable of converting. The one opportunity KFK had, their D-line looked a little questionable on the conversion. So we'll see, because they're going to now need some to get back in the game. Yeah, I'm not buying this whole. We're saying Crisis is a 10 seed?
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. Unless this is a stacked field. They look good.
Yeah, they look good.
They look good. They've got some players who.
There's a lot of guys that were European champions with Rattle on this team. A lot of great experience. A lot of Irish national team players. They're very, very tidy.
Hey, Eric, thanks. Thanks for the shout out in the chat.
Love it. Henrik Young gets things going now. Tobias Graham. Graham to Graham. That's Bastian. And he goes through and off the hands of Henrik Young. Another break opportunity for the Irish. We think the defense got a piece of that one on its way. And now the shot to Deavy. He's got it. Still not in. About a meter out. He's going to wait for the troops. Grant gives them something, but the scoop to Smurf, Sam Murphy, and the Irish start the second half in style with a break.
Yeah, their D-line just looks really good, and I don't know I'll call him Kevin Garnett because he's in a Garnett jersey, but his Hucks have been on point this game, so he's really propelling their D-line into some nice conversions, which has just really been the difference in the game because it started off so clean, but I mean, have they even turned it over on defense? Maybe once, I think.
Yeah, when they get it, they put him in for the goal. Garnett is Stephen Jones, another European champion, one of the captains of Ranelagh.
Good work, Jones. Looking crisp out there, looking dialed up. I saw them warming up. Clearly, it was a good warm up. So now we got the O-line, or the line that's been playing offense, playing some D. Yep. But I like that. They've kind of been, I think, even the line that just converted the break maybe at least played one O point, so they're clearly very fluid and comfortable rotating, which I think is a huge strength to have as a team.
But I do think you've identified it properly, Kins. This is the line that, I think this is the O line.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Now with a little bit of a lead and and the breaks coming. They're balanced enough that either can play either way, but I'd imagine they're going to try and keep one line for O as games stay tight.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do after this if KFK is able to convert here on the goal line.
And it's looking good. They have converted indeed. That one little, I was going to say long jumped in, but short jumped in. Guldager on the goal reception.
You know, one thing I was thinking about when I first came to warm up on this thing is I feel like people who like to call travels will just have a field day in beach. How do you keep a pivot foot on the sand that's moving around and I'm just not sure.
You gotta do you know I'd imagine you know who Davide Mori is.
I've heard rumors.
Yeah,
I've heard rumors.
But I love hearing him talk about people calling travels on the beach. It's the exact same thing. It's impossible to call it travel on the beach. The ground, it moves.
Yeah,
the foot, it moves.
Unless you're walking around. Like I think any travel call would just be a little ridiculous. But I had a couple on grass that I thought were a little suspect last weekend, so I'm not so sure. And so here they are, though. They're putting that, you know, they're sticking with this line that's been playing D to just let them play O now.
McCreary tests the break side, then shoots for it. Sam Murphy to Tyke Deavy. Jones fires again. Runswick, and the throw is spot on once more.
Beautiful.
He's throwing fire over there.
Yeah, I love the height he's putting on him because in beach you just see a lot that go too far, and he's really intentionally putting a lot of height on these throws. And I mean, you know, I was mentioning how they looked comfortable converting their break opportunities, and they've also just converted a couple nice clean holds. So it seems like a huge, you know, bonus to have as a 10 seed that both your lines are comfortable playing both ways.
I mean, we've talked a bit about what these guys have done on grass with Randall. It's pretty important to mention Margarita mixed a Irish, I say that with hand quotations in the air, an Irish mixed team. They won EBUCC 2 years ago. They won World Beach last year. And a lot of these guys are part of that. Certainly Kyo, Costello, McCreary, Jones. They're a bunch of them. So like these guys have won on the grass. They've won on the beach. This is a team that I suspect we're going to see deep in this tournament because they're putting it to a very good team in KFK right now.
Yeah, they are.
Bastian Graham. Stall count mounting and finds an outlet in the middle. Right back to Graham. He milks it for as much as he can, and to his brother as Costello tried to sneak in and help. The Graham brothers connect to make it 7-9.
Yeah, and I think like the biggest difference has just been the depth for Crisis because this line for KFK looks pretty good. I mean, they've scored most of the points they've been on. But the other lines for Crisis, like they're going both ways and comfortably scoring with whatever line is out there when they get the ball. So
and you see the difference in our stats here, like just how well distributed they are across the Crisis line, and you know the Graham brothers doing a lot of the weight pulling for KFK, and it that just it is, as you say, a representation of the depth on Crisis Club. They can kind of do it with both lines and through all sets of hands on each line.
Yeah, in America we call it a sandbagger when you enter this low into a when you're a 10 seed, and you really could be another one, which works well in a beach tournament.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
There's a lot of sand.
And Runswick, the leading scorer for Crisis Club right now, gets it to Sam Murphy. And back to Runswick. To Jones. Jones looks to center, finds Deavy. And Deavy to Sam Murphy. Murphy airs one out, looking for Jones, and he'll do it on the receiving end too, making it 10-7. Crisis Club putting the foot down a bit.
Yeah, starting to run away with it. And it's tough because you see the Grahams doing some double duty there, and just, you know, running. They need a little more support from the entire squad.
Speaking of support, good time to let all you know in the chats and watching get into those chats, but also hit that like button. If you've not done it, hit the bell, become a subscriber. And if you're looking forward to next week as well, London Invite, make sure you become a YouTube member on our channel so you can catch all the action there too. And we appreciate you for all that you're doing, starting with viewing and that those little bits more that you might be considering. 10-7, 30 minutes in, 45-minute games officially before caps are established, or to 13 points. Henrik Young gets it, throws high, but it's collected. And trying to isolate Tobias Graham instead. Graham goes deep, and they're going to take the shot. He's got separation. Does he have field space? Yes, he does. And they get one there on a nice cut-up field by Tobias Graham.
We're going to have to start getting some breaks here.
Well, they've got the defense on the field. I guess that's job one.
Job one, yep, definitely. Definitely for converting a break, I would say that's step one. Well, I guess it depends where you want to start it. First, you got to play an ultimate game. First, you got to be alive. I mean, it's just you could really start wherever.
Yeah.
Big bang. Like, we could keep going back.
Okay, Kent, take us back, man. 9-11 right now is the score. Emergency call signs in America. As we take it all the way back to the Big Bang. If that's the theory that you,
you
subscribe to.
Yeah. It's a really nice setting here, though. We've got a lot of nice fields, some nice tents in the middle.
Yeah, I love the grandstand. They always set it up. It's a very industrious beach here.
Yeah.
Steege bombs another one deep, looking for Sam Murphy. Smurfs in position and takes with the offhand that time, not to be outdone by a tight defense. 11-8 now, crisis.
I think it's like 6 of 6 on hucks. He's hit every huck.
Yeah, Steege is lighting it up. I mean, a lot of them have not gone in for the goal. But now the last two have. He's got to be, that's 3 assists for him and a goal. And
yeah, Hugh, you're right. Steege has been in the labs for the sky. That's right. That's what the sky is. If you can get it like an inch off the ground, you're doing a great job.
And a shout out to the XVI lads, or pals, Costello and Taylor. The Irish don't want Ranelagh taking all the attention here on this Irish side. There's other open clubs in Ireland. And Liam Grant, of course, repping Pelt. Bastian Graham gets it and shoots it immediately. Boom! Nice layout to collect. Kasper Barison. Wow, putting on the highlights for us.
That was sick. Sick grab. It's really fun laying out in this sand too. Like it's very soft. The landing, probably the softest landing I've ever experienced. Wow, full extension. That was sick. And just sent it right back into the field of play. I love that. Hopefully a little momentum here for KFK, who is going to need it to get back in the game.
Just tidying up. I think we may have missed a score or two there, or push buttons to take it the wrong way. It is 12-10. And the round goes from Steege to Murphy. Back to Jones. And Jones goes to Grant. Jones to DV. I believe this is game point, and Murphy in for the goal.
No, I think we have one more.
We got one more then.
We're at 11-9.
It was 11-9.
KFK running out of opportunities here, though.
Yeah, we've got it right now. So 12-9. It will be game point upcoming as we take another look at this. Tig Deavy hitting for Sam Murphy.
A nice northern wind blowing in Gdańsk.
Yeah.
I thought normally the wind came off the water.
I mean, onshore winds, offshore winds, they change with frequency. The winds change, very frequently on the waters.
Very knowledgeable you are.
Right, yes. These are our offshores.
I don't experience a lot of offshores.
Yeah, they're good. The surfers love the offshores. They keep the waves up if you've got waves.
Right.
Onshores will make them crash a little quicker, so.
We've got shipping containers.
Yes, that block it all sorts of wind. Bastian
Nice
Graham
grab.
does a nice juggle there. And then Burrison. And Tobias Graham keeps the corner and extends the game, making it 10-12. But this tidy offensive unit will receive on game point now.
Yeah. I mean, Crisis has looked really good because KFK has not given them a bunch of opportunities, and they're, leading this game pretty comfortably. I mean, how many turnovers do they have as a team? 2?
Well, no, more than that, but not many. Like, we go down, there's 2, 3.
3?
I thought it was going to be more, actually.
Yeah. So let's relax there. Yeah. Stuff coming out of my 2.
That 2? What are you talking about, kids?
Take it easy. So, yeah, I mean, that's a...
Yeah, that's a tidy game.
That's very tidy. That's
game.
very tidy.
So...
Looking to end it here.
With that said, yes, it does. They're in a very good position to end this.
I would like to see someone jump in the water for a game-winning goal.
We got that at Copatanga. Elliot Bonet ran a game-winning goal right into the sea.
I like that. So let's see if we can recreate that here. First, I got to get in the end zone.
Brunswick to Steege. Stephen Jones. Jones looks to go around now. Does, and there's we got a foul on the play, and it's quickly accepted.
Yeah, I thought that looked like a foul. But, they're going all out. I like that, too.
Tig Deavy, after a few years over in Vancouver playing with Furious, he's back. Stephen Jones goes back to Deavy.
Ooh.
And Deavy just gets it around to Murphy. Murph, quick high release forehand to Deavy again. At about the attacking brick mark, he goes to the side low. And that one, no foul, will give back a legit turn on a game-winning point possession.
Yeah, and I think they were just a little more stagnant that O point. Like, they weren't able to, like I was mentioning earlier, like, you just don't want to start standing still because it's so hard to start making cuts. Like, you just want to be, like, really flowing around. I mean, it's similar to grass, but I think it's just more emphasized here on the sand because starting and stopping takes a lot of energy. And they were a little shy of taking that deep shot, too. They've had a lot of success with the deep, and they had a couple cutters down there in the end zone, not really utilizing the space well. And so KFK with the opportunity here.
KFK they're taking a timeout here, too. They're going to have a little think about it. And with that, I think we've got a time for a short break here, too. We'll take one and be right back with the tail end of this one.
Here we go.
This year, London Invite is bigger than ever, with 8 teams in the Open Division, 8 teams in the Women's Division, and for the first time, a full 8-team Mixed Division.
With 5 World Games teams, USA, Canada, Australia, Germany, France.
As well as the Tokai Super Team, is sure to be the ultimate showcase of the best in the world.
More teams, more streams, more stars, more ultimate.
More excitement.
You're not going to want to miss London Invite 2025.
You can't get the right one because
I did, but maybe in the beginning.
That's fine. It's your first game doing it. We'll get there. 12-10, the score. Crisis up, but KFK with the disc and a chance to extend it. They would need 3 breaks to really jailbreak here, but one makes it a lot more interesting.
Could be the biggest upset in EBUCC pool play history. No,
It's possible. In EBUCC 2025 pool play
Definitely.
history, then there's a very good chance. Big chase, and they're in. That's the first of, the 3 potential they might need, but they moved upfield seamlessly and got a whole bunch of separation and a beautiful huck to make it count.
Yeah, maybe the turning point, that big layout, just a little energy injection to the KFK.
Yeah, that sense of no quit when it's seemingly over is often inspirational.
Maybe I'm just hungry, but they really remind me of KFC.
That's Kentucky Fried Chicken. I've said that before.
Is that what their name is?
No, they're Copenhagen with a K. Frisbee Club with a K. Copenhagen Frisbee
I like
Club.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
We can use it. It's not trademarked.
Welcome, Casper.
Casper Schmidt from Amsterdam.
What's that
watching.
mean? He's welcome to a fan. Welcome
Well,
to.
he's a member. He's somebody who's got a ULTI.TV YouTube
Casper.
membership.
They're a beast. He's special. VIP.
Yeah, he's awesome. I lived with Casper for a while. Awesome dude. Corcoran to Costello. Kyo's gone deep. Nobody coming back under, so the handlers are going to have to reset. Corcoran goes to the sideline where he finds McCreary. Kyo is deep again, but Costello takes.
They're really being sure with this one. They don't want to. They've shied away from taking the deep shots that have been working so well with them. They're looking a few off. They want to make sure they get it in.
Yeah, but sometimes that extra conservatism that takes you away from what's worked is what can be the bane. Let's see if that'll be the case or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I like it, but they are working it. They're maintaining possession.
Kyo with a touch midfield. McCreary can't be hit. Kyo misses, and ooh la 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 la, as the French would say. An opportunity here for KFK. Now I can't think of anything else when I say KFK.
There's a lot of standing still right after that. Couldn't tell what happened, but here we go. Got a deep shot.
Graham brothers connect and send deep. Looks like it's going to work.
Wow.
We're going to universe point here.
Yeah, come
12-12. What's going on out there, Kins?
This is awesome. What a game for me to be in the booth. This is epic.
Yeah, we got to get Kins in the booth more often.
This is why you fly out to Poland, huh?
Yeah, for this.
It is.
For the good stuff. KFK not going away. And Crisis Club calling the line. And we talked about it. That I understand why they would want to slow things down and go a little chill, but they had a couple open looks on the deep, and they're like, hey, let's not take them. Let's walk these in, and sometimes when you've been hucking all game long, don't shy away from what's been working for you.
I agree. I think they need to just let loose and sling it if they see it, because it's been they haven't missed one all game, and they're just, I think the more you run on this sand, it's just tiring.
So this is their first called line, I believe. They've got seemingly their top five. There's a few that could be considered for this line as well, but with McCreary, Corcoran, Steege, Smurf, and Deavy, they've got some crossover, some combination. Can they materialize? Third point in a row receiving a pull.
Aiden said Dean just forgot he had hands. I hate when that happens. Sometimes I just totally forget about my hands.
Corcoran takes from Smurf. Now Stephen Jones. Jones fakes the backhand back to Corcoran. Corcoran trying to get around. Great mark there. But now Corcoran's free up the line from Steege. Corcoran goes center. Murphy's there. Murph looks back, and McCreary gives him an option. Floats to Sam Murphy, a little bit of separation. There was a thought of a poach, but he goes back to the assignment. McCreary, eyes upfield, universe point, chance to win. High stall count, hammer! Murphy's there on the layout, and Crisis get out of one there. Take the win. What a game, Kins.
He said it's for me. No, that was actually an epic game. I thought they were looking some stuff off there again. They let KFK right back into it, and then to end it on an insane catch like that. I think they're going to feel good about most of that game and just want to figure out a way to stay loose and hold it when the pressure is high. But other than that, I thought they played a really good game until the last few points. They're going to be a tough team to beat, but I guess I got to see some of these other teams.
Yeah, we got to see a bit more of everything. But again, KFK, a great team. I thought that they were a little bit understaffed comparably to Crisis Club, but stood up to it. Went down in the middle section of that game, but then stormed right back. No quit. You gotta love that. So next up, we've got. Well, let's have a look at the stats or anything that jumps out on the match stats. Kins.
No, I mean, what really stood out to me was Stege's hucking performance. I really liked the way he did a really good job of making sure the nose angle was always up on his passes. Like, even if it was just a short upline pass or like a longer deep pass, he'd really make sure to put the nose of the disc up, and it allowed it to float more, which is really important on these beach conditions because people are just not moving very fast. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So, it's I thought he was just throwing the disc really well. And then obviously, yeah, the Graham brothers looked very good and did a lot of the load. So you're gonna have to see if KFK can even it out a bit and get a little more distribution between everyone. I think that'll probably help them throughout the tournament because it's gonna be a long one. Playing 4 games tomorrow. I got 3 today, 4 tomorrow.
Jeez,
that's crazy.
Other short games, but
I
yes,
know,
it's a lot. It's a lot of work out there. But thanks for the shout-outs. Thanks for all your thoughts and words of wisdom, Kins. Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure to get you over here to Europe and then into the booth as well. So thank you very much for that. And with that said, we're going to move on. Our next game, we'll see Ukraine mixed taking on Ventspils, a Latvian team. So that action is going to be hot. Make sure you stay locked in to ULTI.TV all weekend long. Take in all the action, and you'll be thanking yourself for it. So for Alex Atkins, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Be seeing you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.